What's up, everybody? I'm doing another box opening. Well, sort of box opening. As you can see here, the box exploded on me. We have the 1990 Score NFL football. I don't think it's Series 1. The packs are intact, though. Full box, 36 packs, but we do not have the box anymore. I do not know who is good in this box, or in this set, especially set 1. I don't know. I have the baseball one coming later. I think Wednesday, so it'll be like a late Christmas present, or not late. I guess it'd be in time Christmas present to myself. Um, but in terms of football, I'm gonna assume, you know, Jerry Rice, Bo Jackson, the typical '90s football stars. I thought I had Agent that had a list of cards, but I guess not. So we'll just wing it, and we'll just open these up and see what we get. Um, so you can see my chat. All right, so I'm going to get started. We have 36 packs. So on the front of this features Young Superstars Glossy Set offer. I'm pretty sure that's not happening anymore. I didn't say anything else. Oh, let's just go ahead and see what we get. I do like the look of these cards. I do remember collecting these, like a few packs when I was growing up. Boomer Esiason. He's actually pretty good. Jim Jeffcoat. Let's see if I can do it this way. Bobby Humphrey. Eric Ball. Kent Hull. AJ Johnson. So these aren't as glossy as like some of the other cards we've been doing. Super Bowl trivia. Wade Wilson. Skip McClendon. Kelvin Martin. Dennis Smith. James Brooks. Ground Force. Oh, I think that was like their little side thing. Rodney Hampton rookie. Robert Clark. Anthony Miller. Leonard Smith. Maybe I should pull the rookie card off this. Actually, let's see. Let's pull. Two rookies on here. Rodney Hampton and Mark Spender. I guess he was stuck on the back. I didn't see him. James Brooks Ground Force we'll put there, since that was the side thing for them, I guess. Case you may put more cards. Ground Force, I think it was an aerial attack also, maybe? I feel like, probably. You wouldn't just be running backs, right? Jim Everett. He was a good quarterback at the time. Art Monk was a good receiver at the time. Mike Singletary's a Hall of Famer. Ray Childress. I have a soft spot for the Oilers. Melvin Bratton? Bratton, okay. Todd McNair? More Super Bowl trivia. Jesse Tuggle? Chris Hinton? Jim Covert? John Freeze? Rookie? I'm gonna put my rookies. Put my rookies right there. Hot Gun, Boomer Esiason. Yeah, we have a bunch of these. Oh, Barry Sanders. There we go. Ground Force Barry Sanders. Ronnie Lott. Bubby Brister. Jay Hilgenberg. That's a pretty good pack. Always nice getting a Barry Sanders card. Bobby Hebert. Billy Ray Smith. Dino Hackett. Tim Rosenbach. Find a better place to put these trivias. Jim Snow. Mark Murphy. Mel Gray. Gerald Riggs. Irv Eatman. Mike Dial. Hot Gun, Bernie Kosar. Hartley Dykes? Who's that guy? Earl Farrell. Ron Stark? Chris Spielman. Dan Hampton. If I manage to get a regular berry, I'd be happy about that too. I wonder how many series there are. There's not as many football players as baseball players, so I can't imagine it'd be more than 2 sets. I'm kind of surprised they had multiple sets. Bill Fralick. Brad Muster. Eddie Murray. Parnell Lake. Sterling Sharp. Louis Lips. Kevin Murphy. Fred Young. Marion Butts. Clyde Simmons. Ray Agnew rookie. Carl Lee. Danielle Thompson. And Simon Fletcher. Actually, there's one behind him. No, it's the same. Okay. Texans are playing right now, but I don't know. I didn't feel like watching the game. You shouldn't lose to the Raiders, but man, you never know. Another Jim Everett. Another Art Monk. Oh no. This is another one of those sorting issues. Yeah, this feels like it. Mike Singletary. Dennis Gentry, I don't think was part of that. The others we'd already gotten before. All in a row. Rob Woodson. Tim Harris. Y'all aren't glossy. Where are y'all stuck? Andre Reed. Lars Tate. Kyle Clifton. Oh, Warren Moon, Top Gun. Let's go. Dalton Hilliard, Ground Force. Spread this study. Greg Montgomery, Oiler. Trace Armstrong. Just by himself right now. There's a card stuck behind him. Get why these are stuck. That doesn't make sense. Why are they all stuck? Reed Childress, Greg Montgomery. Rich Carlos was the one that was stuck there. Now let me see what's stuck behind these. Tim Harris. Behind him was Tunch Ilkin. Behind Dalton Hilliard. Oh, Bo Jackson. Nice. So we got Barry Sanders and Bo Jackson, Ground Force. Those would have been pretty hyped to get back then in 1990. Willie Galtz. Ray Donaldson. Tim Rosenbach again. Harry Newsom. Murphy. Freddie Joe Nunn. Vinny Testaverde. Wilbur Marshall. Scott Norwood. Seth Joyner. Bill Sims, Hot Gun. Another James Brooks. Another Rodney Hampton. Clay Matthews. Eddie Anderson and Simon Fletcher. Already getting a bunch of dupes. So I still have the Stadium Club, 92 Stadium Club. Might open that next. Jeff Query, Joe Phillips, Don Beebe. He had that famous play in the Super Bowl. Jeff Lageman. Find it. Dave Meggett. He was actually kind of fun to watch back then. I remember him. Andy Heck. Interesting. Tim McGee. Myron Guyton. Steve. What is that? Steve Wisniewski. Rodney Holman. Irv Eatman. Gerald Riggs. I remember him. There's one behind him. I'll pull that in a second. Shane Conlon. Andre Bruce. And who's behind Riggs? A rookie. Percy Snow. Bobby Humphrey, Bill Fralick, Brad Muster, AJ Johnson, Carnell Lake, Eric Allen. Allen seems pretty good. Lewis Lips, Kevin Murphy, David Treadwell, Marion Butts, Clyde Simmons, Roger Craig, Carl Lee, Leonard Smith, Donnell Thompson, Ron Stark. Looks like the second or third Ron Stark we pulled. At least 2, maybe 3. Richard Dent, Keith Millard, Johnny Holland, Rich Camarillo, Derek Hill, Ricky Dixon, Sterling Sharp. I think we already had a Sterling Sharp. Stephon Page, Warren Moon, Donald Igwabuki, Jeff Yeager, Reggie Rembert, that's a rookie, followed by another Rodney Hampton. Man, if Rodney Hampton was good, I'd be set. That's at least the third one we pulled. Robert Atwell, Eddie Anderson, and Pete Holahan, or Holahan, Hola something. I can get the Oilers receivers, that'd be pretty cool. We had some pretty good receivers for Warren Moon back then. Ernest Givens, Haywood Jeffries, Hackett. Our running backs weren't very good though. John Taylor was a pretty good player in his time. James Brooks, Jim Kelly, Felix Wright, Rich Camarillo, Wade Wilson, Mark Bavaro, Clyde Simmons, Earl Farrell. Who's behind you? Steve Jordan. Rookie Joel Smenge? How do you pronounce that? Is that Smenge? Dan Hampton, Jeff Cross, Bob Gagliano. One of my friends was asking me, why am I buying old packs, especially packs that are like crap? And my answer was, because it's more fun. I like opening the packs. Bill Sims. Because like I've done the Allen and Ginter boxes and a few others. Alan Pinkett. Yeah, he was kind of a forgettable running back first. And like those only have like 8 packs. John Settle, James Dixon, and like most of the time, I'm not going to get anything good out of him. Eric Thomas. So I'd rather just open more packs of things just to see what I get. Like there might not be anything in them either, but opening 36 packs to me is more fun than opening 8. Vince Newsom, Pete Mendeley, Ken O'Brien, Irv Eatman, Mike Dial, on Page, Greg Bell, Ground Force, Chris Spielman, Dan Hampton, Jeff Cross. And like I said, I'm just doing this for fun. I'm not doing this to really hardcore collect and try to make money or whatever on. Like recently I bought a set of 89 Upper Deck because it was way too expensive to buy a box. I was like, fuck it, I'll just buy a set. It's like literally half the cost to buy the set. I was like, fuck it, I'll just buy the set. Like Singletary, Bobby Hebert, Billy Ray Smith, Todd McNair, Tim Rosenbach, Randall McDaniel. That's pretty good. Pete Stoyanovich, Marcus Allen. Change that up in a second. Mark Jackson. I think that's just Mark Jackson. Okay. Eatman again. Mark Dial again. Stephon Page. Wait, are they in the same pack? Didn't we just pull these guys? Is that the last pack? Might have been the last pack. But I know I just pulled them recently. I'm like, they didn't just dupe us in the same pack, did we? I'd be so mad. Hartley Dykes. Jay Hillenberg. Ron Stark again. This has to be like the 4th time we pulled him. And Chris Spielman. We pulled Chris Spielman like 2 or 3 times. Bro. Come on. Make my attempt at ASMR with the wrappers not working. Bobby Hebert. Willie Anderson. What's stuck behind him? Hassan Jones. Kevin Butler. David Doerson. Mark Jackson. I'm stuck behind him. Jerome Brown. Sam Mills. We had some pretty good Saints defensive back then with Mills and others. Jim Jensen. Charles Haley. Haley was pretty good. Blair Thomas, rookie. Percy Snow, rookie. Lynn James, rookie. None of these guys panned out. Rodney Peete. He's more famous for his wife, I think. Chris Spielman. Gil Bird. Was it Holly Robinson was his wife, I think? A regular Phil Sims. Another Alan Pinkett. John Settle. James Jeff Coates. Jeff Loggeman. Albert Bentley. David Little. Richard Johnson. Tim McGee. Rodney Holman. John Elliott. Ryan Sochia. Mark Spindler, rookie. Ray Agnew, rookie. Carl Lee. David Fulcher. Believe it, I'm not even halfway through. Billy Ray Smith. Dino Hackett. John Taylor. I think I pulled John Taylor already. Alonzo Highsmith. He was supposed to be good for us. He was not. Pat Leahy. Stanford Jennings. Ryan Noble. Harry Hamilton. Richard Johnson. Scott Case. Steve Atwater. Ryan Socha. There's Steven. What is that? Steve Severs. Severs. Al Noga. James Hasty. Tom Newberry. I don't know why they put the rookies in one color palette and then they still have cards, regular cards, in the same color palette. Like, it's kind of confusing. They should have just had the rookies just be like a whole separate color frame. Joe Phillips. Neil Anderson. I think Neil Anderson was the one that had to replace Walter Payton, and that was like terrible for him. Joe Montana. Let's go. Brian Blades. Jacob Green. Eric Ball. Ken Harvey. Odessa Turner. Anthony Tony. Howie Long. Morton Anderson. Jim Jensen. Johnny Rembert. Chris Carter. I only remember him from from Minnesota. I didn't know he played for them. Reggie White. James Holland. You had a double take like Chris Carter with the not with the Vikings. Remember that. I guess we haven't seen a Jerry Rice card yet either. James Brooks. Lorenzo White. We haven't seen Lorenzo White. We had the other two running back. So we had Lorenzo White, Alonzo Highsmith, and Alan Pinkett. Fred Marion, Merrill Hodge, Melvin Bratton, Rick Fenny, Gary Reasons, Bernie Blades, Cornelius Bennett, oh, Deion Sanders, Stan Mills, Howie Long again, there's only certain cards. I'll put dupes in there, and that's not one of them. Jeff Ulm, Tom Rathman, Jim Hilgenberg, or Jay Hilgenberg, sorry. Ronnie Lott. John Stevens, Troy Aikman, Jeff Dellenbach, Kevin Butler, Herman Hurd, Alvin Walton, Vince Newsom, Jim Harbaugh, Jerry Holmes, JoJo Townsell, Bernard Turnbull, I don't think we've got him yet, Richmond Webb, and were any of these rookies good? I don't think any of these rookies lasted very long. Got another Hot Guns Boomer. Oh, that's fine. Rich. What is that? Rich Carlos. I'm reading some of these upside down, so a little hard for me. Tim Green and Louis Oliver. Alright, we're finally halfway through. We're still looking for a regular Bo, a regular Barry, maybe a Jerry Rice. I think we got most of the quarterbacks. I don't know if Favre was out by then. I think Favre might have been later. Richard Dent, Keith Millard, Johnny Holland, Eric Thomas, Bubba McDowell. Bubba McDowell is pretty good. Mike Munchak. Pretty sure he made the Hall of Fame. He's one of our top linemen. Gary Clark, Louis Lips. I think around this time there should be Rod Woodson. Haven't seen him yet. Harry Hamilton, Andre Rison, Mohammed who? Elawambi. Yeah, he definitely didn't make it. Hot Guns Mark Rippon, followed by Ground Force Christian Okoye. The Nigerian Nightmare. He had like these shoulder pads that were borderline ridiculous. He looked like some kind of like Marvel character. Dan Hampton, Pete Holloman, Lonzel Hill. Yes, sir. More old school packs. Like, there's probably better cards that you get out of the newer stuff, but the problem is, like, they cost so much, and you don't get that many packs to open. Like, you might get better cards, but I have more fun opening packs. Like, you know, getting a Joe Montana is pretty cool. Reggie Roby, I remember him. James Brooks, Joey Browner, Carl Mecklenburg, I don't know. Serge Camarillo, Odessa Turner, Keith Jones, Gary Reasons, Lars Tate, Don Mikowski, Hot Gun, another Ground Force Barry, take that. Hot Gun Phil Simms, Lonzel Hill, Steve McMichael, Sean Collin. Was it Steve McMichael that passed away recently? He's the one that wrestled for a little bit, I think. Then I think he passed away not too long ago. Eddie Murray. Willie Galt. Neil Anderson. Jeff Donaldson. Free safety. Eric Thomas. Another Bubba McDowell. Mike Tomczak. Nate Odoms. Pete Manley. Seth Joyner. Johnny Rembert. Who's behind you? Someone behind you. Ronald Turnbull. Another rookie. I think I have him already. Richmond Webb. I'm pretty sure we have also, but I'll throw him in just for the hell of it. Pile. Simon Fletcher. Bill Brooks. Oh wait, there is another one. Anthony Munoz. He did, yeah. I'm pretty sure I remember hearing about it. Rest in peace. You know, in a way, that's almost like tempting fate in a way. Like, you think two of the worst professions to get into to potentially get injured would be professional wrestling and pro football. Lorenzo White again. We already have him. Fred Marion. Bobby Humphreys. Derek Hill. Ricky Dixon. Dennis Gentry. Keith Woodside. Eugene Marv. Bruce Matthews. I don't think we've pulled Bruce Matthews yet. He's another Hall of Famer. Skip McClendon. Tony Bennett. So, like, you wonder why Warren Moon was able to get so many yards with us. part of the reason is because we had such a great line for him. Phil Simms, not to say that he wasn't a great quarterback, he was a great quarterback, but it definitely helps if you have a great line. Bobby Humphrey, which is something that our current team does not have. Andre Holland. Jerry Rice, there we go. We finally pulled a Jerry Rice. I'm not going to absolve our quarterback of any issues. He definitely has his own issues as well, but having a better line would help. So I don't understand the moves that we made with our line. I don't think it got better. I don't know if it got worse, but it definitely didn't get better. So it's hard to say how well they will do. Richard Dent. Both have an unusually high potential level of career-ending injuries. Yeah, because they're both super violent. Pat Swilling. Robert Massey. Another Ray Childress. James Jefferson. Wade Wilson. Steve Smith. Dalton Hilliard. Roger Craig. Eric Sievers, Al Noga, James Hasty, Donnell Thompson, Russ Grimm, Lewis Oliver. You're definitely not going to see that level of violence in baseball. Basketball a little bit more, but nowhere near the level of football. Like, the only other sport I could think of potentially would be maybe hockey. John Stevens. Troy Aikman again. We already have a Troy Aikman. Jeff Dellenbach. Actually, we'll go ahead and throw Aikman up here. Why not? Willie Anderson, Albert Bentley, Steve Young, Dave Duerson, Eugene Marv, another Bruce Matthews, Skip McClendon, Billy Joe Tolliver, Chris Singleton, Blair Thomas, rookies, Anthony Munoz, Reggie Langhorne, and John Alt. You usually don't see that level of violence in Jake Paul fights. We're not going to get into that. Boxing is a whole level. It's a whole different level. Like, we're not going to get into that. That's basically all fighting, unless it's a Jake Paul fight. Dan Marino! Let's go. Juan Bickett, Jim Jeffcoat, Val Sikahima, I guess? Val Sikahima? Sounds right. Sterling Sharp again, Louis Slips, Kevin Murphy, another card stuck behind it, Thurman Thomas, Fred Young, Carl Banks, Jeff Alm, Barry Foster rookie, got a Hot Gun Jim Kelly, Jerry Ball, Jeff Cross, and Steve McMichael. Let's see if I can hurry this up. I forgot I need to go to the comic shop. There's a figure I might want to buy from there, and they have a sale this weekend, 35% off. What kind of it doesn't piss me off. It just kind of irks me. I've actually bought a bunch of figures at this store the day before they announced the sale. Dermontti Dawson. Oh, he's a Hall of Famer. He's pretty good. I remember him. Billy Ray Smith again. Yeah, so it's 35% off. Brent Fullwood, Mike Kofer, and like I bought $400 worth of figures, so 35% off would have been like 140 bucks. Ron Heller. Jeff, what the heck is that name? Jeff Uckland Hockey? The lineman. It's definitely a lineman name. Brian Noble. Mike Dial. Kyle Clifton. Andre Reed. I think we already pulled again. Andre Reed. Ben Smith, rookie. Hot Gun, Dan Marino. Ground Force, Bo Jackson. John Nash. Joe Nash. Vance Johnson. Tom Newberry. Yeah, and I thought about, calling up and asking, is there a way I could return these and then rebuy them at their sell price, since it was like a day before? But my friend talked me out of it. Like, they've been pretty good to me. I'm not gonna lie. They've gotten me some pretty good sales on things in the past. And it's not like these were terrible prices that I bought them at. It's just kind of annoying. Reggie Roby, Kent Hull, Daryl Talley, Carnell Lake, David Treadwell, Mike Tomczak, Nate Odemans, Tony Zendejas. He's a legend with the Oilers. Bubba Paris, Bernie Kosar, Ground Force Greg Bell, or behind it, Tony Bennett, whatever, another rookie, Drew Hill. There we go. There's one of our receivers. David Fletcher, Bubby Brister. So, instead of looking at it like I lost $140, I flipped it around, because I did buy one of them at 35% off. So that was like $70 off the $200 tag. And then I ended up buying another figure. It was the Kotobukiya Freddy Krueger. So I look at it as I just got that figure for free. Eric Metcalf. I have to look at it in terms of positives. Boomer Esiason. Lawrence Taylor. I don't think we pulled a Lawrence Taylor yet. Rick Fenny. We definitely pulled him. I'm pretty sure we pulled Boomer, but you know what? We'll put Boomer aside. I feel like we pulled him before, but I don't know. Just in case. Mark Kelso. Steve Grogan. Steve Walsh. Thurman Thomas. Eve Smith. Bobby Humphrey. Percy Snow rookie. That's another card stuck behind it. Why are y'all stuck? You're not even glossy. Another Hot Gun. Don Mikowski. Another Barry Sanders Ground Force. Jim Arnold. Keith Jackson. And Bill Brooks. Second guess myself on buying both the Rainbow Mika and Terry Bogard, but they're both rare, and I still didn't spend as much as I would have on eBay trying to get both. Mika went up so much. I didn't expect Rainbow Mika of all figures to be that expensive. I ended up buying her for about 200 on eBay. So I was really happy about that because every time I try to find it in Japan, it was like 50,000 yen at least. So like I found it cheaper on eBay. The Terry Bogard, are you talking about the gals version of him? Of her? Him, her, whatever? I've been seeing that on sale a lot. Kevin Millard, Jeff Donaldson again, Barrett Thomas, Bubba McDowell again, Jesse Tuggle, Jim Sco, Mark Murphy, Chris Jackie, Andre Rison, Chris Hinton, Mark Rippon, Hot Guns, Christian Okoye, Ground Force, John Freeze, rookie, Pete Holloman, Lonzo Hill, Ronnie Lott, D Arts, Terry Bogard is older. Is that the one with the dent in his head? It's not that one, is it? I remember the Terry Bogard that we all kept making fun of because like the hat was detachable, but then there was like this like Lego head piece that they put on top of his head in order to stick the hat on him. So he looks absolutely terrible without the hat. Reggie Roby, Andy Heck, Joey Browner, Mark Malcolm, whatever. Steve Wyzensky, Odessa Turner, Gerald Riggs, Lars Tate, Skip McClendon. Another Barry Sanders ground force, so we're not finding any of his regular card. Bill Sims, James Brooks, Steve Michael, Sean Collins, Robert Clark. That is the one? Oh my god. I could have bought that back then too, but I didn't because I was like, that looks so weird. I don't usually collect male fighters. I usually just get the female fighters. You have the power of 3D printing to make a hair cap? Yeah, that'd be cool. So that one's considered rare now? That's weird. I didn't know that. Johnny Holland, Jim Everett, Art Monk, Mike Munchak. Did I get Mike Munchak? I feel like I did. But he's so good, we're gonna do it. We're gonna put him in there. Ray Childress, Milton Bratton, Mel Gray, Rod Woodson. I don't think I pulled Rod Woodson yet. Jack Trudeau, Jim Covert, Chris Dolman was really good. Gerald Riggs, who's behind you? Hot Guns Boomer. Ground Force Barry. I think it was like the 4th or 5th one we pulled. Bernie Kosar, Top Gun, and Bubby Brister. Because D-Arts was an early spin-off of Figuarts 1. Oh, okay. I remember I had an old... I don't know if it's Figuarts, but I had a Super Saiyan 3 Goku that I had bought from a store. And then when we resold it on eBay. Didn't realize it was super rare. Ended up going for like $400. Don Mikowski, regular card, but okay. Oh, there we go. Bo Jackson. We finally pulled Bo. Let's go. Kevin Ross. Icky Woods. I'm putting Icky Woods aside because Icky Shuffle was too fucking good. Derek Hill. Jerry Gray. We didn't pull a Jerry Rice yet. Odessa Turner. Keith Jones. There's no way he would be in set 2. Gary Reasons. Chris Miller. Blair Thomas rookie again. Percy Snow rookie again. Lynn James, I don't think we pulled. Jim Lackey. Sean Landetta. Drew Hill again. We haven't pulled any of the other Oiler receivers. There's Ernest Givens. Mariano Duncan. No, Curtis Duncan. Mariano Duncan is a baseball player. Curtis Duncan. Haywood Jeffries. Ernest Givens. Where are those guys? I don't even remember who our tight end was at the time. I don't even know if we used a tight end. I think back then we just used 4 wideouts, 2 running backs, and fuck all else. Joe Phillips. Neil Anderson. Another Joe Montana. We are getting off the side of this Joe. Frank Minifield. Val... whatever. Carl Mecklenburg. Vinny Testaverde. Jake Odoms. Keith Jones. Clyde Simmons. Junior Seau. Oh, Junior Seau rookie. Rest in peace to him. Jeff Alm. I don't think we pulled Jeff Alm, did we? Kirk Laudermilk. Bob Gagliano. James Holland. Oh, Jerry Rice. We got Jerry Rice finally. So I guess now all we're missing is Barry. We haven't pulled a regular Barry Sanders. The ground force we pulled a shit ton of. I think we pulled like 4. Raider Yamcha is on that list. Yeah. My thing was I was never a huge fan of posables. So I never actively tried to collect them. I'm really, really not a fan of the joints. Herschel Walker, wow. And this is the Vikings version, so this is like a little bit after the trade. Leslie O'Neal. Is there someone behind you? Leslie O'Neal. On Jason Buck. Carnell Lake. Eric Allen. Jeff Donaldson. David Little. Steve DeBerg. I remember him. Dave Brown. Another Warren Moon. Charles Haley. Chris Jackie. Ray Agnew. Keith Jackson. Anthony Miller. Mark Clayton. We're down to 2 packs. Does it look like I care about my user? Does it look like I care about my user count? You hear? I have 2 viewers. Why are you bothering me? Stupid bots. Let me open my packs in peace. If I don't come back later today with Stadium Club, I'll probably do that on Tuesday. James Brooks. I have Wednesday off, which is weird. Boomer Esiason. Jim Jeffcoat. Rich Camarillo. Eric Ball. Kent Hull. Gary Reasons. Our new round 1 opened up recently. and so I'm thinking of going to check it out. Let's continue watching. What the fuck is wrong with you? Hasn't even been that long, has it? How long have I been streaming? Like an hour? It does that after an hour now? It used to be 2 hours before it would pop up with a thing. I'm in it for the long haul. What is wrong with you? Gary Reasons. Wade Wilson. Not Deadbolt. Sterling Sharp. Kelvin Martin. Dennis Smith. Freddie Young. Rodney Hampton. Mark Spindler. Mark Spindler? Ray Agnew behind him. Whatever. Anthony Miller. I wonder if anyone's done that. Just take a Wade Wilson football card and list it as Deadpool's rookie card. That'd be kind of hilarious. Last pack. Can we get a berry that is not ground force? Start off with Leon White. Dino Hackett. Someone stuck behind him, as usual. There we go. Robert Perryman. Mike Kofer. Pat Leahy. Larry Kinnebrew, sorry. Tim McGee, Myron Guyton, Steve Wazinski, John Elliott, David Craig, Bernie Kosar, Bo Jackson, Ground Force, Russ Grimm, Robert Del Pino, and Ralph, whatever. So we did not get a regular berry. I don't even know if regular berry's in this. I would think he would be if you have like ground force of him, but we did not get a berry. We did get Bo. We did get Joe. We got Jerry Rice. So we got some pretty good cards. The rookies probably not. I don't think any of those rookies are any good. Well, Junior Seau. Junior Seau is probably the only good rookie out of that bunch. We got quite a few Oilers. We got Warren Moon. We got the 2 Hall of Famers. Bruce Matthews, Mike Munchak. It's pretty fun. It's pretty fun to pull. If you can get a box for really cheap, I would go for it. I think if they're fun to pull for super cheap. Like $20. It's a lot more fun for me pulling this than it is the newer blaster packs. Like the Ginter ones, I think, let me show. I did buy some recently, and like I got some decent cards out of them, but some of them I'm just like, I could have done without. I did it wasn't Allen and Ginter, it was like the Archives set, and I did pull a Shohei. The Shohei Black Label, I think they call it. Black Label Prism. I don't think I'm ever going to get them graded, but I've seen graded ones on there go for decent amounts of money, but I don't really care too much. These are some of the other cards I got. Yamamoto, also Black Label card. Got this Aaron Judge card. Julio. Vlad All-Star. I cut out of this guy. I don't even know who this guy is. A Babe Ruth card for some reason. Like, I don't understand why they put like what's the point of putting a Babe Ruth card in something in 2025? I guess for the hell of it? I don't know. Actually, I got some decent cards out of normally. That was kind of cool. Like I got more fun pulling out of the archive set than the other one. I got a Screwball, and then I got a regular Shohei. This was the joke of this the box right here. Gave me a fucking Framber. Because we know he's definitely not going to be an Astro anymore. And then they put classics in here, so you got like a Hank Aaron. I guess we'll call him a classic because I don't know if he's ever going to play normally anymore. Mike Trout. Mike Trout used to be the best in the world. Now I don't know. He's sort of okay. Don Mattingly, which was kind of the same issue with him. He was injury prone toward the end of his career. Had a Correa. I think only people in Minnesota and Houston would appreciate that card. There's some rookies, but I don't know who any of these rookies are. But yeah, I actually had a lot of fun opening the archive set more than the Allen and Ginter. The problem with the Allen and Ginter set is they put too many like random stuff in it. Like it's a bunch of people that I've never heard of. So like I can't, like I guess it's cool, but like I don't know who they are. So like getting an insert of them means nothing to me. Like getting an autograph of somebody that I've never heard of kind of sucks. Not that I got one, but you know what I mean. Like this one I got out of Allen Ginter is just a regular shiny Ruth card. Like this, these two I don't really know. Like this guy apparently is a racer, or in racing, and that was another special card. And so is this one. This one is an actor. I kind of recognize him, but not really. I did get a Yordan card. It's a regular Yordan. And then I got a Cam Smith rookie. It was a normal card, so those were kind of cool out of it. But I think I had more fun pulling out of the other ones. But I have more fun pulling out of like the classic sets, like the old ones, because there's more cards to get. What's the best card you get from the score set? I don't know. I really don't. I've done no research. The Ground Force Bo Jackson's kind of cool. There's a Ground Force Barry Sanders that's pretty cool too. We pulled like 2 of the Bo Jackson. We pulled like 4 of the Barry Sanders. We pulled the regular Bo. Junior Seau rookie. He was probably one of the better rookies in there, but I don't even think that's worth much. Like all in all, this set's not worth much. Like you could go online and I think buy the full set for super cheap. Like I think even the boxes were like $15. So there's not much in the set. They're just kind of cool to look at. And like if you like the 90s stars, like I like the 90s Oilers, right? So collecting the Oilers was fun. You know, obviously Warren Moon. Our Hall of Famers like Mike Munchak. Like if you're a Houston fan, these are pretty cool cards to see. Like Drew Hill, one of the few no gloves receivers back in the day. I mean, if you were a fan of the Oilers back in the 90s and 80s, you remember Tony Zendejas. Bruce Matthews was our other Hall of Fame lineman. Jeff Donaldson I didn't really remember too much. I think I oddly remember him, but he wasn't great. Now Bubba McDowell on the other side, he was good. And then we had our shitty running backs. Lorenzo White, Alonzo Highsmith, Alan Pinkett. They were not good. Greg Montgomery, Ray Childress. Like that in itself to me is fun to see, like the old Oilers. You have the Emmitt Smith rookie card from the supplemental set. Yeah, I think most of the good rookies came from there. I have like pro set version of his rookie somewhere. I don't know where I put it though. Alright guys, that's going to be it for me, at least for this. I might come back later and do the Stadium Club opening. I have that. I also have 1989 Topps Baseball. I bought 15 packs on accident because I thought they were 1986 Topps. They're both blue. They both look almost exactly the same. So I accidentally bought 15 packs from 1989 instead of 1986. So I'll probably open those at some point. So if I do come back later tonight, it'll either be one of those two. If not, I'll be back on Tuesday. But thanks everybody for stopping by. Y'all have a good rest of your Sunday. Have a happy holidays, Merry Christmas, and all that. If you don't see me until then.